Good afternoon. It's good to have you guys with me again today. And I was getting a lot of yard work done. I tell you, the wind is bringing in a change of weather and I don't think I like it. So I was trying to get a lot of things done while I could outside. And then I thought, oh, how fun to come into a warm, cozy house when my fingers were getting kind of cold out there and just put something together to craft for you guys. So I'm excited to see some of you jump in right away. Hello, Jerry, miss you tons. And Nancy and Lois, thanks for hopping in. So I'm just going to get my iPad going now that I see that this is popping up. So good. All right, I am ready. So today the card that I'm going to bring you is card number 3 for Ruth Rempel's virtual stamp party. And Ruth has a great sense of humor, so I thought let's shift gears. And yesterday I did a pretty flowery card, and today I'm doing one with a little bit more whimsy and personality to it. So I hope you'll enjoy using some of the brighter papers, and I'll show you where those come from, and a fun stamp set too. So hello, Linda. So yeah, like I said, today I'm wrapping up Linda's virtual, not Linda's, Linda just joined in, Ruth, excuse me, Ruth's virtual party with her third and last card. So in case you're wondering or want to order anything from her party, I'll explain it at the beginning and the end of the video. With a minimum $25 order, you get the 3 cards that I crafted Monday, Tuesday, and today as a thank you from her and I. And she is thinking of closing up middle of next week. So if you want to get your order in by next Wednesday, then we'll know a total, so I can give her rewards that she can shop from too. So with that, I think I'm ready to switch my camera around and kind of show you the card again and where everything is found. So just give me a sec here to get things settled and into place. Whoops. Okay, so it looks like that's at a pretty decent angle here. Maybe I'll just plop it out a little bit. Okay, so now I'll show you the card the right way. So it says, it feels like we've been friends forever, which is weird because we're both about 29, right? So I love all the bright things, especially her outfit, and I'll show you where all of this is found. So in keeping with my theme of let's try a new paper packet that is featured on the 15% off sale this month of the pretty papers, today I'm bringing you the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper pack. So instead of $11.50, that is $9.78. And I'll be honest, these didn't really intrigue me at first in the catalog, but then I started seeing other people's cards, and we know how that all goes. And I kept thinking, where's that from? And sure enough, it was from these pretty papers. So very bright, and I didn't know if they'd be like too wild, and sometimes too wild can be like, what do you do with that? But then when I got them, I'm like, I think I'm really gonna like these. And then knowing that, well, actually, let me show you these quick just so you can kind of see them in person too, to get a better feel versus just snippets. Okay, so there's design 1, and then 2, and then this is the one I'm using in today's card, so 3 and 4, so you can kind of see a gradient theme of some of the fading in there. Hello, Cheryl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, which is really fun. This reminds me of like a star, when you see like the shooting stars and such. So let's see, 5 and 6, 7. This is kind of fun. I think this would be fun for girls and birthdays. And 8, and then 9, and 10, and 11, and 12. So lots of fun patterns in there, and not quite as like hard to coordinate with things as I thought. Okay, I'm gonna leave that actually here and then show you what I love using with it. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining in. So this is that new ribbon, rainbow, boy, I can't find my words today, rainbow glimmer paper. And so you can see it's glimmer paper, and it's still in its plastic coating, so that's why it kind of has a shimmer shine, but it still has its own shimmer shine. So it kind of goes gradient from greens to the purples to the mangoes and such. And so if you look, that totally ties in with all of these. And if I flip them over, it's going to tie in with all of those too. So these products go great together. And I thought, well, it's just going to be natural that I show them together for you guys as well. So in the annual catalog, they are on page 130. So you can see both the pretty papers, the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper and the Rainbow Glimmer paper. And then the Rainbow Glimmer paper is also shown on page 153 in the back of this catalog too. And then the stamp set that I'm featuring is the Senior Years, and that's also in the annual catalog on page 107. So just a little while ago, I featured the cute guy. I did do a still shot using the gal like a few weeks ago. I didn't do a live demo. I just did a still shot of a picture of a card I made at an in-home party. So I thought, well, let's bring her back and highlight her because she's really fun. And I think it's always nice to show you how to color in people, because sometimes between their clothing and their skin and their hair, sometimes you might wonder like, okay, how do I achieve that and such? So I'm going to use her. So to start off, my background, I am using the Mango Melody, and that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 here. And then I wanted to, how do I say, like put the paper on in a way so this is going to be here, and then I feel like it covers up a lot of this. And because I'm using Mango Melody, I wanted that to show the most. So then I was like, okay, make sure that that's at the top. And I'm probably overthinking things, but sometimes it's things like that when Stampin' Up! Does such a great job coordinating, I always think, okay, what's going to show the most? And that's what I want to show when I'm layering my pieces on here too. Hello, Julie. And so what I'm going to start with is just inking up the gal. And actually, I think I'm going to start with the top sentiment just so that my spacing is right. So I'm going to start with the top sentiment here that says, "It feels like we've been friends forever." Whoops, and I already have ink on my thumb. So I'm gonna flip that over and hope I don't do it again. Okay, so it feels like we've been friends forever, and I'm just gonna scoot that as close as I can kind of to the left-hand side so I have room for those balloons when I bring those on as my accent piece. And then I'm going to stamp her out like so. I'm going to kind of put her in the middle and close to the top sentiment, like so. I just love her. She kind of reminds me of that Maxine character, but she's prettier and kind of more fun. She doesn't look as crabby as Maxine. And then the which is weird because we're both about 29, right? I'm going to put across the bottom and kind of put that closer to the right-hand side there. So, so there she is in all her glory, looking pretty cute. And then it's time to color her in. So to color in, these are the blends that I've chosen today. And so I'm going to start with the ivory, and Stampin' Up! Has great different blends colors for skin tones and such. And so I thought, well, my hostess is Ruth, so I'm going to go with the color that's closest to her, both her skin tone and her hair color. And I just visited Ruth a couple weeks ago or so, so I feel like I still know what she looks like during COVID. I think we haven't seen some of our friends and crafting buddies in a long time, so we might start to wonder what everybody looks like. Okay, so I'm just going over the ivory blend. The ivory comes in a 2-pack with the bronze color as well, so it's a nice 2-pack of a lighter and darker color that way. So I've got that on like so. And then for the hair, I want to use Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to use the light Smoky Slate because I'm actually going to just kind of scribble around the edges and not color in the edges. You guys know me, usually I go dark around the edges and then fill in with the lighter everywhere else. But I did this gal a few weeks ago when I colored her in, and I did more of a cinnamon cider, that new in color for her hair. And I just thought, I just kind of did that same look, and I really liked leaving some white around the edges too. So I'll kind of show you that a little bit closer. So just kind of left the tips and such. So I think that almost looks more natural that way too. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Julie. And so with that, I'm also, since I have my smoky slate out, I'm just going to go across the bottom here, and I like to add just that shading, and it doesn't have to be perfect at all, but just kind of adds a little bit of a grounding to the character. Okay, so that color's been used, that color's been used. So now we get to her fun outfit, and these are the Mango Melody blends, light and dark. So I'll start with the dark there. And if you guys ever have questions on these blends, please let me know, because I am in love with them. With the weather changing, it was just so fun to come in from out of the cold, and I'm like, oh, I just want to craft all the time. And you guys know that my videos are a testament that I have been crafting a lot, and to think that I even want to craft more than I have been is something. So I've just outlined her her top there in the dark, and then I'm just going to fill in everything else that I didn't color in with the lighter of the Mango Melody. So actually coloring her in, I used to kind of stay away from people stamps just because I thought, oh man, that just seems like a lot of coloring, but it doesn't take long to color her in at all. And then the next color I want to switch to is the Magenta Madness. And the Magenta Madness is one of the newer in colors that we just came out with. And at first when I started coloring her skirt in, I went, wow, this is like hot, hot pink. But I feel like it does calm down a little bit as it dries. So either that or just kind of went with her top, so I wasn't as scared, and it blends well with the paper too. So following fashion, I colored her shoes the same color as her skirt. And then I'm just going to fill in with the lighter of the Magenta Madness everywhere else that I didn't outline there. So, oops. Okay, then I have her jewelry, which I'm going to switch back to the darker of the Magenta Madness. Hi, Kathy. I miss you. Kathy's joining in, and she's the only person that vocally says she loves paper piercing. Like when I have intricate dies, it's Kathy that says, oh, I could sit there and poke out those tiny little pieces of the dies. She loves that, and I think of her every time I have one that's pretty delicate and I have to do that. All right, so here we have her. I love her outfit. I love the brightness of it and just how the blends make that pop in a fun way. So she looks pretty festive there. And then I think that I am ready to start some assembly here. So I'm just going to take my adhesive and put some of this seal on the back side here, like so. And I'll put that on my Mango Melody card base, like so. And then for her, I'm not going to tape this one down yet. I'm going to do some punching with my balloons here. Hi, Barb. Thanks for joining in. So as you could see with a lot of the papers earlier, some of the papers really coordinated well with the tops of these. And like this card, half of the package of the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper kind of coordinates with this half of that Glimmer paper. So I just cut a strip of the 12 by 12 Glimmer paper that I would need for my balloons here. And so the balloon bouquet punch has two different sizes. So I'm going to start with the larger and just punch that like so. And then next the smaller, like so. And I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that off and repeat that process so that we kind of have a gradual change of color with our balloons, which is really fun. And you can hopefully see how fun and glittery that they are. And the fun thing about glitter or glimmer paper is it's so sparkly and it is not messy at all. There's none of this is going to come off in your card, on your hands, for the person getting it. So if you have a person even that hates the mess of glitter, that's not going to happen either. Hi Deb, thanks for joining in. Okay, so I'm going to kind of pretend this is where I want this to be, and then I'm going to kind of just kind of halfway put my balloons where they're going to go. And then I'm going to take my basic black marker, and it has a brush tip on one end and a skinnier fine tip on the other. And I'm just going to take and do some squiggly lines from where these balloons are coming from into her hands. And some days my squiggles are better than others, so don't judge me on that. Some people have really, really cute squiggles. And some people actually take a ruler and draw straight lines, and that works out really well too. Okay, so she's ready to go on now that I have the squiggles there. And I'm just going to put her in the corner where you can still see some of the pretty paper from around the edge like so. And then to layer on these balloons, I'm just going to take my seal on the larger balloons, and then these two of the smaller are actually going to get popped up with dimensionals. So I'm just going to lightly put that here and here. Kind of want those up and over, and I'm not going to press them down too much because sometimes with there being 4 of them, I sometimes need to adjust where everything ends up being before it's all said and done. And I think I just need 1 dimensional in the center of each of these smaller balloons here too. So I just want to make sure that it looks like the strings are still going where they need to be. That was my whole thing with that. So I think this one I'm just going to scoot down. Sometimes if I can get it up higher, then it's just going to add more dimension to the product or the finished product to that way. Okay, so the smaller ones we've got popped up. There we go. And so how fun that choosing some of the blends to match with some of that same coloring from the rainbow glimmer paper, and then having that tie in with the Artistry blooms. Love that. So next I have to always add a couple accessories and finish the inside. So first, I'm going to do my happy birthday, and that's going to just go on the inside. And I feel like the Mango Melody is a light enough color for the inside for any type of writing to show up. So I'm just going to leave that like so. So the happy birthday matches the same font style that is on the front there with those 2 sentiments. And then part of the Artistry Blooms suite of products, besides the fun paper and the rainbow glimmer paper and stamps and everything, are these fun adhesive backed sequins. So these are called the Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins. Hi Diane, thanks for joining in. So these, if you were here in the beginning, you could see these are some of the colors, more of the blues and the oranges and the magenta and kind of yellows and such that are all part of those papers. So I'm pulling the magenta and kind of the corally color, and I'm just going to see if I can pull that off. There we go with my take your pick tool. Oops, I'm gonna do the darker up here like so. I love that they're adhesive back so that it can just stick right on there. And a bigger one and a smaller one like so. And so that just adds kind of a fun shimmery sequin, and I love that these all once again coordinate with everything. So you've got this color that matches well with both the balloons and her skirt and shoes, and then this color that goes more with her top and the balloons and everything there too. So we've got that and that. So that is the card for today. Let's get this turned around. Oops, got to take off my glasses. I always have to put on my glasses now to color. I'm getting to be that age, guys. Okay, so that wraps up card number 3 for Ruth Rempel's virtual stamp party, and that is also all of the demonstrations for Ruth's party all together too. So to get the 3 cards that I made this week, Monday, Tuesday, and today, just place a minimum order using her host code or contact me, and that works just as well too. And like I said, she would like to close next week, so if you could have any orders potentially in by next Wednesday, then I can let her know what she gets to shop for her rewards too. And so tomorrow and Friday, I will be bringing you the stamp camp cards. So I'm going to be continuing on with October's stamp camp and bringing you cards. I think it'll be 4 and 5. So I always have to go back just to make sure that I'm not shorting you guys one demo or one card in your whole stack that you'll be getting from me if you get them. So thanks, Julie. Yeah, isn't that gal fun? I love that she's not too like, oh, I don't know, sassy looking, but I love that she just looks like she's got a lot of spunk to her, and the guy looks great too. So it is fast becoming one of my favorite stamp sets, just because it has a little bit of spunk to it compared to just some of the regular stamp sets that we're used to working with. So tomorrow, I'm going to, I don't know what the card is going to be yet, but I'm going to be continuing on with themes using some of the fun designer series paper, since that's on sale this month. And I always think it's fun if something's on sale to give you some ideas on how to use that and kind of cue in on that too. So that's all for today, but I will see you tomorrow and have some more inspiration for you guys. And I hope you're doing well. Thanks again. Bye-bye.